Hello, everyone. My name is Rob Terranova, and welcome to our first webinar in a two-part series on digital transformation. The first webinar is going to focus on why 85% of digital transformations fail and give you the 5 major and significant pitfalls to avoid when performing a digital transformation at your company. And the second webinar is going to focus on how to ensure a positive outcome when digitally transforming and be in that 15% that succeed. So a little bit about me. I am currently a managing director for the Methodical Group. I am focused on providing our customers a world-class experience on finding the right talent and digital solution to fit the needs of our customers and when and how they may need them. Prior to joining the Methodical Group, I was a global vice president for a digital transformation and modernization company. I, as well as others in this company, have been part of numerous digital transformations and modernization projects over the years. My personal experience has been with Fortune 50 and 500 size companies, as well as mission critical government projects around the globe. One of the major lessons I learned working on digital transformation projects is this: every project is different and it will always be unique. So let's take a look at today's agenda and the main topics. Our webinar duration will be approximately 20 to 25 minutes. We know how important your time is, so we just want to get down to what's really important here. But we're going to first start off by learning how industry experts define digital transformation. We're then going to talk about what is driving the need to digitally transform. I'm going to just spend a few minutes and break down what digital transformation is and how it can benefit your company. Then we'll get into discovering what technology maturity levels there are and where your company maturity level may be today. We'll then finish up with the 5 major pitfalls to avoid when transforming and the possible costs to your company not moving your tech into the future. The truth is, there are a lot of definitions about what digital transformation is. The truth is, we see digital transformation as all of these things, but we do believe that whatever solution you take on, it's only as strong as the people who plan, build, and support whatever business goal you're trying to accomplish. Look, digital transformation isn't and shouldn't be just about technology. We should be looking at digital transformation more like a business transformation, because digital transformation affects every aspect of your business. What does your digital transformation mean to you and your business? And what does the term digital transformation mean to you and your business? So the first thing we want to look at is, why do companies need to transform and modernize anyway? I have heard a lot of business executives state that if the system and the applications work today, we're just going to keep using them. I know that's right. I've heard it said a lot of times. Well, here's some reasons businesses are considering transformation and why it's becoming necessary in the first place. First off, legacy subject matter experts are retiring and leaving the business at an astounding rate, meaning these experts that know your legacy system are leaving faster than they can be replaced. Young people graduating Stanford do not want to learn how to keep your legacy system alive. They want to work on the newest software available. This is creating a huge skills gap. Secondly, current operating environments don't meet the needs of the business today, doesn't meet the business in the future, nor do they support your customer base and who demand a better and easier technology to use to utilize your product or service. The third thing is the applications and programs are very inflexible and rigid, making them difficult to manage and update. If something breaks way back in the code, it takes a lot of time, energy, and people to usually fix something major on a legacy system. This will continue to happen the older the code gets, and it's going to happen more often. And finally, the legacy applications and mainframe environments lack that standard programming framework. What I mean by that is sometimes nobody really knows how to work on them except for the person who built them 30 years ago, and for the few people the original developer has taught along the way. These are just a few reasons. Certainly it's not inclusive, and I'm sure you have other pressing reasons why you want to transform your technology, and there's plenty of them out there. So just give me a few minutes to go over what digital transformation actually is and why it's important. So one of the worst things worst things in a business that can happen is for your company to lose relevancy. We believe that the key to staying relevant is building a solid digital foundation, especially today. We believe a major component also is providing your customers a solid product and user experience. It is so important that companies keep their customers happy and they retain them. It's so expensive to go after new customers. Look, digital transformation is not just about tech and people. It can be, and most likely is, the heartbeat of your company. It is integral to your business success and today's success. All of these points that just showed up on the screen drive business growth and success, keeping your company and your customers and your employees relevant. Companies like Sears, Kodak, Kmart, they didn't accept the future, or as a lot of times this happens, they didn't move fast enough. They were iconic and they virtually disappeared. We need to look at companies like these companies are not Apple, Google, Tesla, and the like. They're always looking to the future. They're always looking to update, improve. They're giving their customers what the customer is asking for and desire. They're staying relevant, and so should you. Question you should be asking yourself at this point is your technology where it should be today? So that brings me to the next item, the technology maturity levels. And how can you determine where your company and technology fall on this chart? So there's a research firm, technology research firm named Infotech, and they performed a survey of numerous companies to determine where they were in terms of maturity of their technology, and more importantly, where does that technology fall into their overall business strategy? They identified 5 key capabilities. They were innovation, human resource management, data architecture, security strategy, and business process and controls and internal audit to determine, and they use this to determine a company's technology and business maturity. So here's what their research told them. So 13% of companies flat out struggle with their technology and what to do with it. They have no direction or a plan to move it forward. It's just there. It is what they have, and they have no idea what to do next. 35% of the companies merely support their technology. There are no upgrades or enhancement. This is like the Band-Aid effect. They keep it alive and they just keep it moving, along. The next one, 37% of companies believe that optimizing their technology will bring them into the future. The problem with this method is that technology will eventually have nowhere to grow or change. Then it falls back to the need for a massive support. So you move back to the next section of 35% where it becomes a necessary technology to support. Elon Musk said of Tesla and SpaceX that one of the biggest mistakes smart engineers make is to optimize a thing that should not exist. Meaning optimizing is usually a waste of time and resources because you're not going to yield the results you hope for. It's just not there. But a lot of companies like to optimize. So the next section, 12% of companies are trying to build out their existing technology and expand it. A little bit different than optimizing. They're trying to keep bolting on platforms or applications onto their old technology. But you see, at this point, you're just stacking technical debt up on the old technology and slowing your system. This method does not create a sustainable system. And lastly, this is the group or company that is doing it right. They are truly transforming their technology and business. They are building it to support their customers and infrastructure today and way into the future. Transformation is integrated into their overall company strategy. So when you look at this chart, where do you honestly feel your company is on this technology maturity chart? As you're thinking about this, let's take a look at why companies are not succeeding in their transformation efforts. So before I share the top 5 reasons companies fail to transform, let me give you some quick statistics. Over 70% of Fortune 500 companies in 2022 still utilize legacy mainframe applications that are old and outdated. In 2019, the Harvard Business Review stated that approximately 70% of all digital transformation efforts did not complete. That $1.3 billion were spent on digital transformation efforts, and 900 million of those dollars were wasted. That's a lot of waste. Another new study in 2022, McKinsey & Company stated that it is estimated by 2024, $2.4 trillion will be spent on digital transformation efforts, and still 70% will fail. 70% of projects will be incomplete. And here's another source. According to many other sources out there, they say that 85% of digital transformations will fail by 2025, and an estimated $3.3 trillion will be spent. That is astounding. That is money going down the drain, and it doesn't need to happen. But let's look why this is happening. What's causing this waste of money? So the first major pitfall is not having an overall business strategy, not just a technology strategy, an overall business strategy. It should always start out with a crystal clear business strategy. Look, digital transformation is not only about technology, it's about engaging customers and driving business strategy. So that's where our conversation needs to begin, by defining the specific measurable terms of how the transformation efforts will impact your key business objectives. The next thing is the company is focused on supporting and optimizing the current tech stack. We talked about this just a minute ago. Optimizing sounds like a good thing. However, does it position the organization for scalability into the future? Does this method create a less costly transformation should you need to call for it again? Does it better align your people with the technology, and does it support stronger profitability? Optimization isn't necessarily transformation, but that's where over a third of tech-advanced organizations find themselves today, in the optimization stage. If you only support or optimize, you're not agile, you're not making changes fast enough. You're falling behind every single day. The next pitfall is very common. Your in-house technical resources are strained, stressed out, overworked on their primary job of keeping your tech working and supporting the daily initiatives. A lot of people not in the tech side of the world think you turn it on and it works. Technical people struggle constantly to keep their tech working, to keep their customers happy. All these things happen. Now you are, once they're just trying to keep their head above water, now we're going to keep throwing more responsibility at them, and they're barely surviving. It's hard to fill both roles and be precise. It's hard to support and build at the same time. The next one is the lack of agility and flexibility with the process. Time or solution is probably one of the biggest, and it's one of the most common. The market environment can change almost as quickly as the technology itself. That said, true digital transformation must be flexible and capable of transition should the market trends point in a different direction. Successful organizations and successful leaders are ones that adapt quickly to the market conditions and strategies, and must include the capability to engage in rapid change, agile rapid change. So here's an example. Off-the-shelf tech that serves a purpose today may not be as valuable at the end of a multi-year project. It may lose its relevancy. You have to build in agility and be able to flex. If the project or needs change, is this software going to be able to change with you and change quickly? I mean, some of it maybe, some of it maybe not. Here's the number one reason digital transformations and digital projects, for that matter, fail. is it's the unrealistic expectation usually put on by the business. The business wants a positive outcome that is quick and cost effective, and for the technology to solve all the problems. And when the project is done, it's the final project. The technology team also desires this and to have a positive outcome, but a technology project is never linear. 99% of the time, applications, programs, and any other digital project or product will need constant updating and retooling to meet the needs of the business today and into the future. Search engines change, requirements change, other bolt-on applications change. It constantly changes. Most business leaders grossly underestimate the cost, time, and effort that goes into a digital project. To that end, the people executing on the technology, the technologists, want to also provide the business what they need and what they're requiring. They also underestimate the time, the cost, and the effort. And there's the rub. It's the unrealistic expectations all the way around. In the end, we need to keep in mind that software and technology doesn't solve business problems. People do. Remember, we want to build a solid foundation and we have an overall business strategy that will move the business forward together. So any of these pitfalls, folks, alone or manifesting together, usually they're manifest together, can and will derail your success. So here's the question I have. What is the cost of failure? We looked at real numbers, 3.3 trillion or 2.2 trillion, 2.4 trillion. These are huge numbers. What is it going to cost your business? What is it going to take? Well, it'll cost you and your organization, your business. Is it going to cost you customers? Is it going to eat into your profits? How much time is this going to take? Are you going to lose employees because of it? Are they going to retire? Are they going to get fed up? Are they going to be overworked? There's so many things that can happen. What's it going to cost you? That's what we have to consider. So something I want you to think about. If you're in any of the areas on this side, these here, if you're not in the 3% area where you're actually transforming, you need to start coming up with a plan on how you're going to transform. How are you going to bring your technology into the future and build it so it's future resistant? That's something you really need to start thinking about and where you fall on this maturity level. So folks, that is our webinar. I told you it'd be short and sweet and to the point. Our next webinar is going to be on how to be part of the 15% that succeed. We can help you get to that success. So I just want to tell everybody thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, our email and phone number and website are there at the bottom. We hope you enjoyed this, and I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.